Hi guys, I'm Susanna. I'm a food technologist at Bowl Foods and this is my early careers perspective. So I'm originally from a town in Buckinghamshire called Chesham, which is just outside of northwest London. I went to a mixed secondary school there called Chesham Grammar, where I studied 11 GCSEs, including food technology, PE and French, and this was when I found out languages certainly wasn't my strong point. I then went on to the sixth form there and I completed 1 AS level in sports science and 3 A levels in biology, chemistry and food technology. During this time, I looked around several universities. I had known I wanted to study food science and nutrition since I was about 15, so it was just a case of what course I liked the most and what uni did I get the biggest buzz from when I visited. And for both of those reasons, Leeds immediately felt like home to me, and this gave me so much motivation to work as hard as possible through A-levels in order to get there. Fortunately for me, this all worked out, and so in September 2014, I was off to Leeds. So there was the inevitable social side of university, freshers' fortnight, parties, sports socials, all of which massively help your personal development. The academic side to studying at Leeds was incredible, and the facilities and staff played a huge role in developing my interest in lab work, particularly the more nutritional research side of things. Another huge reason for me choosing Leeds was the huge number of universities all over the world they offered a study abroad year for your year out after second year. So after a bit of deliberation, I applied and was awarded a place at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia to study nutrition and physiology. And so 3 weeks after finishing my second year exams, I flew out to Melbourne with 24 other Leeds students who would be studying various different courses too. And this year had a much bigger impact on me than I had anticipated. The course was pretty different to Leeds. It was much more hands-on in the lab, which I obviously loved. We did sessions such as dissecting an obese rat and comparing its vital organs to a healthy weight rat, analysing our own triglyceride and cholesterol levels after eating a McDonald's breakfast compared to eating a high-fibre breakfast. And there was a lot more open class discussion and debate around nutrition. I also got to travel a lot around Australia, and I recommend anyone listening to go there if you have the opportunity. The people and the scenery are amazing. So then it was back to Leeds for my final year, and I was thrilled when I heard my dissertation was going to be a lab-based study on polyphenols, which are natural plant compounds that have been found to have a vast amount of health benefits. It involved quantifying the amount of a specific polyphenol in branded orange juices and orange squash, and then seeing if this polyphenol would actually slow sugar digestion as a potential novel treatment for type 2 diabetes. It was a stretching project which took patience and resilience, but I was very happy to hear that my lab work was going to be published in the British Journal of Nutrition as part of a larger study with other researchers from my department at Leeds. And so 4 years after studying and a lot of fun and travelling, I graduated with a first class honours in July 2018. So then what next? I had a few weeks off before starting an internship at a company called Ashbury Labelling in central London. The work I was doing here was checking food product specifications from Tesco and M&S against their artwork to ensure it was all correct. Whilst there, I started applying to a few food companies around London, but I was really conscious of the fact I only wanted to work for a healthy food company. I did some researching online and came across a company called Bowl, which I had previously seen in supermarkets, and actually my sister's modelling agency had also done a collaboration with. I really liked the ethos of the company, and so directly emailed the founder Paul with my CV and my cover letter. Coincidentally at the time, they were actually looking for a food technologist at a more junior level, and so I went in for 2 rounds of interviews, one with the founder and the next with the product and operations team. And I was delighted to hear a week later that I had landed my first job in the food industry at Bowl. So just a bit about Bowl's history. So after 14 years working at Innocent Drinks, which I'm sure you've all heard of, which actually included running their food business, our founder Paul took the best bits of that experience and launched Bowl. And in the beginning of Bowl, the ethos of the company was all about making it easy for busy people to eat well. However, after having what he calls his cowspiracy awakening, Paul realised the detrimental effect animal agriculture and meat production was having on the planet. And so in 2017, Bowl removed meat and fish from its entire range. And it actually didn't stop there, so in July 2018, we ditched dairy from all of our products to go 100% plant-based. Sales actually halved overnight, but after some great plant-based innovation, we really found our purpose and haven't looked back. And so since 2018, the new company mission is to inspire the world to eat more plants. So I wanted to show you a typical week in the life of a food technologist at a startup food company. So this ranges from getting stuck in with factory trials for new products, quality control testing products, shelf life tasting NPD, to sampling events and photo shoots for huge marketing campaigns. And down in the bottom right corner, this is actually a brand new product market we have just launched in Sainsbury's, a global first to market nutritionally complete meal in a glass bottle, which I am so proud to be a part of. So the skills and lessons that I've learnt so far: being adaptive, so learning to help out in areas completely out of your comfort zone, but to the best of your ability to really drive the company on. Also taking the lead, so being a small company, from the start I found I had to really take responsibility and lead on various aspects of technical and product development. Also decision making, so being decisive is absolutely key in a fast-paced startup. Projects progress at a rapid rate and you need to be able to stay on top of this. And also people management, so I line manage our quality technician, and I continue to learn so much from this experience every day. And then more kind of role-specific skills, so I've got the technical side of my role, so learning loads about microbiology, shelf life of fresh food, quality assurance and factory knowledge, and then also innovation, so doing competitor benchmarking, managing critical paths for MPD as well. My career highlights and lowlights. So I'll start with my one lowlight. I really haven't had many. I had to quality test every batch of our carrot soup for 4 weeks. This certainly built my knowledge of this product, and straight into the job showed me how thorough you need to be when ensuring quality of fresh food products. Career highlights, so definitely my year abroad in Australia. This was a real contributor to my own personal growth. Pitching a product we developed in our final year group project at university to Marks and Spencer's and Mondelez. I've launched 18 products at Bowl so far, and this continues to grow month by month. Really, that feeling of seeing a product that you have played a huge part in launching is incredible. Another highlight is Boliday, which is the annual company holiday. We're very lucky to have this here at Bowl. So for obvious reasons that hasn't happened this year, but actually last year the company took us to Lisbon and it was a great kind of team bonding experience. And finally, career progression. So the time and resource the company spends on developing the team is amazing. So who are my inspirations and influences? So definitely Heston Blumenthal. He was the first person I saw on TV that got really into the detail of the science of food and doing crazy things with ingredients. Also sport. So I was on the school netball team. I also played football for 8 years. You learn a lot of people skills, teamwork, realising your strengths and weaknesses, and definitely resilience. The middle photo at the top, that's me in Nicaragua. I actually went there at the end of my year 12 in school. It was the first time I'd been out of Europe, and when I was there I saw for myself what nutrient deficiencies can lead to, particularly in the young children I met there, some of which were quite ill due to having a poor diet, and that was a real eye-opener for me. Definitely, so bottom left, the Melbourne food. You haven't had a good brunch until you go to Melbourne. Again, just teaching me how you can make boring ingredients look really exciting and vibrant. And finally, bottom right, that's Paul, who's the founder of Bowl. I'll always be grateful to be able to work for someone who is constantly wanting to innovate healthy food and push the boundaries on how much you can do with fresh food. So, advice to my younger self, definitely take decent breaks during revision. I got into kind of a nasty habit of just thinking I had to revise the whole time. You become way less productive by doing this, so definitely don't revise the whole time. Also, don't take your time at school or university for granted. Definitely ask more questions. And also, don't worry about being at a disadvantage for not doing a placement year. My advice to you all, push yourself forward, be proactive. Take any opportunity that comes your way. Travel. If your university offers a study abroad year, definitely take this opportunity. Try to ask at least one question every day at university. You are surrounded by food and nutrition experts. Don't worry if you leave uni with no idea on what you want to do next. And finally, take risks. So my goals for the next 10 years, I want to gain more and more responsibility in my role here at Bowl. Also, I want to play a key role in innovation and technical aspects with Bowl's move into Europe, which I really hope will be happening in the next 18 months. I want to live and work in Melbourne for a healthy food company. And finally, the absolute dream is to start my own food company, either in the UK or Australia. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that gave you an insight into my thoughts on working in an exciting startup environment.